I've done this one before, but I really like this one.
Me too.
I like this a lot, where we come to church expecting to meet Jesus, expecting to hear something that makes us go, really? Expecting somehow in the midst of prayer or song to feel that presence of God. But you got to be looking for it. You've got to be expecting it. You've got to be anticipating it. Our expectations get us in trouble, but our anticipations are different. Be anticipating an encounter with God today. Maybe it's when you call those people and say, "Where are you?"
Can I interrupt before the visitor?
Sure you can.
We didn't do this bad news about this peace circle. Is this, there was something happened in Denmark recently?
Actually, it's an older.
Oh, the one,
Yeah.
okay, the island.
But I didn't do that because it was a repeat from last week,
Okay.
because we couldn't find the pages.
Okay. I just thought maybe it might
I
have been
usually
better.
pull those from Christian Century when I do those sometimes, and I couldn't find my Christian Century. We moved. And when we move, we'll find them
Like when you move
later.
next time.
Yeah, we'll find them next time. Well, they've sent me a new one now, so.
Yay.
Well, if you're like me, you can use this excuse of having moved for 20 years.
Okay, you're on. You got it. Okay.
Ready?
I hope so.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're so glad you've chosen to be here with us today at the Church of Hope. Thank you. Most Sundays, we're privileged to have a guest from that lovely little town of Lake Inasmuch. You all know where Lake Inasmuch is, don't you? It's not far from
Barstow.
That's right. Well, our visitor today is none other than the teacher at the one-room schoolhouse, Fannie Mae Goose.
Hello, everybody. Good morning to you all. Oh, what a glorious day it is. Look at you all sitting up straight, bright smiling faces, ready to listen and learn.
Oh, hi, Fannie Mae.
Hi.
You kind of slipped into automatic there, didn't you?
Oh, well, yeah, maybe a little. How are you, dear?
Oh, I'm fine. Thank you. And you, Fannie Mae? How are you?
Well, since you finally got around to asking, not as well as I would like.
Well.
Fannie Mae, why is that?
Oh, I guess you haven't heard, we've had to move the community garden. You may remember, I was the head of the task force that kept the garden going, although these many years.
Well, I think I do remember that. I thought you trained someone else to do that job.
Oh, I did. But they had to move away. Some excuse about working for a living, I don't know. Excuse me. I'm sure I don't understand. Anyway, there was a problem with the road that needed to go through right where the garden was. So we had to find a new spot.
Oh, Fannie Mae, that must have been a lot of work.
You have no idea, sister. Okay, sorry. It's just that it's taken my every spare minute and some of my not so spare minutes to get the team together and make all the preparation and move the potting sheds and move the fences and move the tools and the hoses and the stakes and move the tarps and the garden.
Wow, that sounds daunting.
Isn't that a nice word? Yes, daunting. Okay, yeah, and everyone is working just as hard as they can, and we've already missed some good planting times, and the community really relies on the garden.
Well, do a lot of people come and help with the garden?
That's what is so nice about the project. Lots of people contribute time and energy, and it's so rewarding to see the fruits of their labor and know that people are actually fed. The gratitude is overwhelming, so they put in all the more work, and it's a lot like our relationship with God.
Well, Fannie Mae, how clever you are. You knew what our reading is going to be this morning, didn't you?
You mean the passage about the vine and the branches? Me?
Yes, you. Being a gardener, you already understand that plants, like our relationships, need a lot of attention and care.
Mm-hmm.
When we feed and water the garden feeds us.
Oh, what a good learner you are, dear.
So when we work with our Creator in the garden of life,
God brings forth good fruit in each of us, and that fruit honors and serves God in return.
so God plants love and God gets love, enough for God and our neighbors. It's kind of like zucchini for the Spirit.
I couldn't have said it better.
Well, thank you, Fannie Mae. I sure appreciate your lesson for us today.
No, dear, there's nothing more gratifying than to have a student learn and grow and return the learning in such a good way.
Oh, Fannie Mae. You embarrass me.
Well, then my work is done. Okay, remember, learn and grow in God and see what can happen. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Imagine zucchini for the spirit.